This is the Tales of Mercia, the Fallen Kingdom. I'm just not gonna unmute you. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just not gonna unmute you. You're just gonna be sat in silence for the rest of the stream, Keth. Sup, guys? How's it going? We're here.
Hi.
I'm waving.
Yeah, we can't see that.
I'm leaving.
I know.
Oh, you like?
Oh wait, I was on mute.
You were actually on mute.
Good.
Ah, this is why we do things. This is why we do things. Hi, chat. Welcome in.
America.
Welcome to America, which I'm now gonna start like owning because I feel like I'm never gonna escape it because he mentions it every time. Every time, without fail.
Only when I see the title.
Tales of Mercia. I don't understand how you don't read that as a soft C.
Because it's so close to Merca.
America. It is. Oh, Americans are wrong. Oh well. That's not what I had in mind when I thought of it. I'll say it again.
Lies.
I'll say it again. There's a reason why it's called Mercia, though. There is actually an actual reason.
Well, isn't that what the UK used to be called?
There was like a region called Mercia.
Yeah.
So that was kind
I know the history, some of the history of it, but
Yeah.
I know it bugs you when I say America.
Absolutely it does. Because I didn't... All you need is like an A on the front.
Well, no. See, the reason we say it the way we say it, we don't say it with the A at the front.
Mm-hmm.
It's America.
Yeah.
That's
America.
how they say it in the
America.
States, right? It's America.
America.
You
all
literally
you
just
gotta
have to switch the C and the I, and then it's
Yeah.
it's Merca.
America. Mercia. I see. Let's see.
And I'm not even American.
You're not even American. No, you're not.
Are you sure about that?
I'm North American.
He's North American. Comes
As
from
much as you
an
guys
American
are
continent.
European.
So, yeah, I'm absolutely. I would say I'm European.
Mhm. You're from that continent.
Yeah.
Although some people don't count Britain as being part of Europe per se.
There's like
Britain's
a
not part of the-
continental.
it's not part of the EU, just like I'm
Yeah,
not part
yeah.
of the USA.
Well, it's actually
but
quite interesting. If
depends
you
on
look at the continental drift of, like, say, Scotland, for instance, that actually was part of, like, Greenland, like the island itself.
Right.
So at some point so England was part of Europe, like the continent, but then Scotland was not part of Europe. So,
I mean, at one point we were all part of the same continent.
well,
Yay.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
That's-
but I mean, it depends on what you mean with the word Europe. Some people may mean the mainland, some people mean other stuff.
The continental
Sometimes.
line.
I
Yeah.
mean, England and the
Well,
UK is all part of the European continent.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. It is.
It's all about Norway and Finland and like the Nordic countries. I mean, surely that's part of you're going into Eurasia to get like round to.
Russia,
Norway?
Europe.
Russia spans both
Yeah.
Asia and Europe.
Yeah, Turkey. Istanbul is both
Yep.
Europe and Asia, because the line
Yep.
goes directly through Istanbul. And there are other places like Georgia, I think. Georgia, maybe.
No, Georgia's a state in the U.S.
Oh, it's going to be a long stream. Even though, like, the actual content of the D&D... Can you tell we're stalling? The content of the D&D is going to be so small that we...
We're also making up for about a month or two of not being able to have
Yeah.
I know. I got ill, then we had like a session once, and we're like, yeah, let's get back into it, and then, yeah, that was it. Like, I wasn't able to do a session, and because I was still recovering, and it was horrible. I don't know. I'm kind of losing track of why we haven't been doing sessions, but we haven't been doing sessions. Was it last, like, 2 weeks ago when I cancelled because I was ill? Or was it, like, before
Yeah.
that? Yeah. Okay.
I know.
Yeah, you
It was
canceled the last session because
three
you got
weeks ago, because my D&D sessions used to be alternating weeks. Now you got them on the same week.
Oh, is it the same week this week?
Yeah, I have the Sunday D&D as well too.
Right. Well, we might swap back to the alternating thing, so we'll get it back because, yeah, it's confused me because I'm doing an extra Sunday this Sunday, but I wouldn't normally work this Sunday. So I always tried to like pair it with my work, so then Saturday I do this and then I work on the Sunday kind of thing. So I'm busy for that weekend. Then I know that the next weekend I'm free both Saturday and Sunday kind of thing, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. Even though I stream for the Saturday, but yeah. So I was trying to pair it with work so that I don't book something on these Saturdays. But it doesn't always work out like that because last week was my mom's 60th. That's why we didn't do anything. So, oh wait, no, was it last week or the week before? I don't remember, okay? I'm losing it.
I mean, haven't we already lost it?
No, last week, it was the week before when I was down in London. So it was 2 weeks ago. Oh, I don't know.
Wobbly.
Yeah, anyway, a lot of things have happened and, yeah, illness and all sorts of stuff. I'm still kind of recovering from that, by the way. I'm still kind of like groggy and tired and ugh, it's horrible. Glandular fever is not fun. It is not fun.
No. I can imagine.
Anyway, Dungeons and Dragons, The Tales of Mercia. So, in case you didn't see all of my rants and raves on Minecraft earlier, I did have issues this morning when I was trying to set up Roll20. Roll20 is going through a few of back-end changes. They're adding new features and stuff, and I think it's potentially caused a bug somewhere, so I wasn't able to set up the scene that I wanted to for this session. I've kind of got everything prepped, and like I couldn't do all the stuff that I wanted to do on Roll20. It usually takes me like 20-30 minutes to kind of like put all that up, so I do it in the morning. So I was kind of having a little bit of a panic, so then I've kind of like shifted a few things around so that we can kind of at least make a small session today. But it's probably not going to be as long as what we're used to. We usually play for 2 to 3 hours. I'm guessing it's going to be about an hour. If it's less, then it's less. If it's more, then it's more. But, it's kind of like one of those things. I'm not sure how long the content's going to last for. But, yeah, unfortunately, I couldn't get Roll20 to work out. So just a heads up on that one. If we do kind of break, some of us might like play some video games, or we might not. Depends how we feel. I don't know. We'll figure it out as we're going. In terms of the session recap, then. So it has been a while, so I'm gonna explain what we need to know about the situation that we're in, because we're in a bit of a pickle at the moment. So I'm mainly going to focus on just the situational awareness of everything that's going on kind of in the minute. Any other overworld, like overarching stories that I keep repeating every week in, week out, I'm probably not going to go with that. I'm going to focus on the finite details of last session more towards the end of last session. So, in the last session, the party, after their long hunt, finally found the leader of the resistance, Princess B. They found out Jacob's brother was once torn by an outside force doing the bidding of a hidden power and voice. After a trip to the elves in the north, Jodius broke free from the pull. However, upon departing, the power damaged Jodius, broke his memory, and meant he was a shadow of his former self. Then, upon meeting Princess B, she began to explain the same thing had happened to Flint, a party member that is played by Kath. Flint also needed a purge, she explained. However, before she could properly explain all the intricate details, Flint began to kind of break away from the party. He cottoned on that B was about to oust him because Flint has been two separate characters almost throughout the campaign. So, at the moment of close from the last session, Flint is running away from the party. The party are in a campfire in a hidden part of a forest, soldiers have started to encircle the encampment and are charging in, and Flint is running away towards the soldiers. And that's kind of where we're going to start. Let me move you on to the map here.
Also, side note.
Just
that
hold on.
Cliff didn't-
Hold the phone. But
Okay.
it'll all come out. Don't worry.
'Cause
I haven't forgotten your part, Animal. So
Yeah.
the first thing that we're going to do, actually, I'm going to get Flint. Can you roll me a Constitution saving throw, please? Can you roll me 1d4 psychic damage, please? And you're going to take the full amount, 3. Okay, so you take 3 damage. As you're doing this, you notice the band on your wrist. You have full intention to leave the party. The band on your wrist burns. It burns, and this pain shoots through your arm into your head, and you can feel a whisper just echoing around up there. Now I would like everyone to roll initiative, please. And I've got a lot of character sheets to roll. I need to cancel all of that stuff. I didn't set this up properly. Remove all turns. Right, now roll initiative, if you could.
2, yay!
You can have the original 18, Cliff.
Yeah. Can I edit that like so? Yeah, I can, I think. Cool.
Okay, I've got a lot of initiatives to roll, so bear with me while I get all of this kind of sorted, because there is a lot of people surrounding you. I'll kind of explain what you're all kind of seeing at the moment whilst I'm doing this. What was that?
Can I also explain that what you explained about what Flint is going through and that kind of stuff? Cliff doesn't know this. He hasn't heard this from B.
Nope.
Because he has just been out of earshot, basically.
Yeah.
So
I was going to come to that, because we're going to have like a whole roll of play. What's it? Instead of you explaining it, we're going to role play it out. So don't worry. I've not forgotten.
Okay. Yeah. But just so that the chat is aware, basically.
Yeah, I don't care about chat.
You hear that, chat?
I
They know.
did not do a very good job of this. This is painful. I didn't get any of my character sheets up, so rip the stream for a second. Just bear with me.
Too busy talking about Star Trek.
Too busy talking about Star Trek and cat's balls. I mean, wait, what?
We all like
I never mentioned my balls. I mentioned the pimple at the end of my penis.
That's it. Okay.
And don't
We all
forget
seen it.
about that dump. That was hard to get out.
That dump that was hard to get out. Absolutely.
Not once I popped the plug.
And I wish we were joking about this. like this was just improv.
It was improv.
No.
And it was like 2 seconds before I went like live on the thing.
Like, this is legit what's happening.
Legit actually was a thing. Okay, so that is a... Oh god, I've got so many character sheets now. I should have done this way before. Okay, so we'll roll that one. This one is...
So our little murder child is still kicking about, isn't he?
He's running around with the kids.
Is.
sent
He was
him back.
asleep, was he? Was he asleep?
Yeah, he was with the kids.
Yeah, he decided to leave us to stay with the kids. But he's there.
He's there. He's somewhere in the camp, correct.
Are the kids still there?
I need goblins now. So basically what you've got surrounding you, I'll kind of explain who you can see off in the distance and who Kath is running towards. So on every angle, you can hear like trumpets blaring, noises, marches. There's a lot of people. Even on the other side of the river to the north, there's people coming in. There's people on top of the hill that you can potentially maybe see in the distance. They are a combination of goblins, of gnolls, if you know what gnolls are. They are... Oh, I need the gnoll one again. Oh, that's an easier way of doing it. Why don't I do this? They are a combination, and there's a few humans, not very many humans though. So, like, this is stark contrast to what you would have expected with the guards, right? Like, the guards have always been human, and everyone that you've kind of like fought big armed forces like this, they've been human, apart from like the scattering of like the goblins that you kind of came across. Everyone else has kind of really been human orientated, but this is kind of like a big mixed bag of not very nice looking things, and they're all on their way in. Some of them are quite close, some of them are quite far away, and they're holding. Now there are various characters on the scene that you can see at the moment. That's not all of them. This is only like kind of a representation. These are kind of like the front, the front ones. I think I've got everyone now. Maybe not the goblins. Do I have any goblins on here? No.
You have a goblin boss.
I've got a goblin boss. Yeah, there is a goblin boss on there as well. I just need the normal goblins now. Okay, so yeah, there's quite a lot. In hindsight, I could have done all these initiative rolls before you guys. I also need
That would have been a smart move.
B on here as well.
Why would we do smart things?
Oh, I don't know
We haven't
where
prepared.
my character for B is, but I'm giving her a 20 anyway, so because her character sheet's a bit more complicated. Yeah, it would have been smart. Right, let me just order these. Yeah, I mean, getting all of these kind of ordered would have been better. But why do I do smart things? Why would I do smart things? That's fine. So yeah, there's quite a lot of different people. There is a figure at the top on the hill in the background that you can kind of see. But I will kind of explain a little bit more about him in a minute. Okay, I think that's the correct order. So it should be Goblin Boss first. Cool. What I will say, Flint, where are you? So you had a 6, but because you started to move and we stopped the session, I'm going to give you advantage on this turn. So you can go first, and then we'll go into the turn order. So Flint, what are you doing? You've taken your damage. Your band is literally pulling at you on your hand. It's your turn.
Right. Now these guys that are raiding are the ones I try to communicate with, right?
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna head towards them,
Sure.
screaming for help. Help me! Help me! They're coming to get me!
Is there anything else you want to do, or like, is it just movement?
I think for now I'm going to do movement. I'm going to hold an attack action.
Okay.
If somebody hits me.
Sure.
Actually, no. Well, and I'll regret that. Negate that. I will try to cut the band off my wrist since it's hurting me.
How are you doing this?
Yes, I definitely am.
How are you?
Very carefully.
I'm going to try to stick a knife under it first and see, like, look at it. What kind of material is it? Kind of.
So I can't remember what I said. I think it's like a dull black, purpley metal. It's got no markings on it. It's just a band. As you try and get your dagger underneath it, the dagger like will move away. There is a gap between the band and your skin, but you cannot physically, no matter how hard you push it, you cannot get the dagger underneath it. And whenever you like try and tug it, it doesn't move. It's completely immobile. It's like it's almost as though it is like sealed onto your wrist. Now you can roll. You can do, if you describe in a little bit more detail, I can give you more details and stuff. Or
So I can't get my knife under it. Can I get my fingers around it at all?
you can probably get them on top of it. Like there's kind of a little bit of a purchase. It is a bit rounded, but you could probably like try and get some purchase on there, but it's not moving.
So I'm going to try just to peel it off with my hands and get my hand in that gap if I can. And
Sure. Do you want to roll for that then, please? Strength throw?
sure.
Yeah, it doesn't move at all. Like, no matter how hard you try, it's not moving. It's stuck there.
Okay. And I guess that's my action. So
That's your action, yeah. You can still use a bonus action if you'd like.
I gotta remember how to use Roll20. Hold on.
It's been so long, I know.
I don't even remember. Well, and I don't remember what the fuck bonus actions are. I'm so used to D&D Beyond telling me which ones are bonus actions. So I'm gonna hold. That's all I have.
Okay, so you're going to hold the bonus action. Okay, so the next turn is Princess B because she has special stuff. So she sees this all unfolding, Flint running off in the opposite direction, and she turns around and she kind of like bows her head. Then she looks up, she turns to you, Plum, and she says, "Take them to the north, find the elves, and keep Flint with you." She then, like, ignites, like, blinding white light irradiates all around her, and she starts to levitate off of the ground. Then she turns to you, Draic, and she says, "Stay with each other, otherwise the world will fall. I know you want to be alone, but you need each other." And then she starts rising higher and higher, and she's now about 20, 30 feet off the ground. And there is this emanating kind of radiance that is eeping out of her hands, out of her mouth, and out of her eyes. Everything is like a bright white, and it starts turning like faded purple. And then she turns to you, Cliff, and all of a sudden you can hear her. You couldn't hear like anything else that's gone on. All you've kind of seen is Flint run in the opposite direction. Then you see B rise up off the ground, and she looks at you, and you can hear her inside your head, but at the same time you can hear her outside of your head. And she says, "I knew your mother. She's still alive and not dead. Find her. Find her in Shabby. She will help you pass the mountains." And then, like, you all hear this, all four of you, including Flint. "Together, you can." And that's it. She emits a blinding light across the whole of the forest, and all of the enemies are then just lit up. You can see every single one of them. There is hundreds upon hundreds of goblins, orcs, gnolls, a few humans knocking around, and they are all surrounding everywhere. And she bellows as loud as she can, "Everyone, flee! Flee to the north!" And the whole camp starts to wake up, and everyone starts scrambling outside of the tents. And she fires off a light in this sort of a direction. And this is going to be her action. In that sort of I don't know if you guys saw that. Fine.
Yeah.
I can see it.
She fires off like it was meant to be purple. She fires off a purple light in that sort of a direction down here. and it hits the rocks, and then that's the end of her turn. So the first one is the goblin boss, who is going to grab his... Well, he's already got a short bow in hand, and he is firing it towards B, right into the air. So you see a bolt loose from his short bow, and he misses. It goes flying straight past her. The next one is a scout that is from one of the tops of the hill, and another bolt or an arrow kind of just flies straight directly at her. And it hits her. It hits her right in the shoulder, and she takes a little bit of damage. You don't know what that means, but it takes a little bit of damage. Don't worry, I've got a counter here that I'm keeping track of. So, yeah, it hits her. The next is another goblin that is also on the top of the cliff where she's fired her bolt, and he fires a bow, and it hits her again, and she takes a little bit more damage. She's looking fine, but these bolts, they're all flying in. They're all flying in her direction. And Cliff, it's your turn.
So, hearing from her that my mother is still alive as Cliff, it takes him. It hits him basically, and he lands on his knees for a moment to take it in, basically, overwhelmed by this information a bit. Looks around and quickly gathers his senses and is like, "I want my mother!" and turns into a rage and just books it across to try and attack something.
Which direction are you going?
That's a good question.
Anyone at the moment that's on the map, any of those figures you can kind of attack. The people here, these are the people that have kind of came out of the tents, I guess. These are people that you've known from earlier. Anyone on the surrounding there's an encircling thing going all the way around, not past the river, but there are people on the other side of the river. So you can kind of go towards them, but there's a lot of people also behind them, and you can see them. So if you go in, you're going in, and you're going towards the whole army.
I'm gonna use Charger because that sounds fun. That's this. This stuff. There we go.
When you use your dash, you can use a bonus action to make one melee weapon attack, or to shove a creature. If you move at least 10 feet in a straight line immediately before taking this bonus action, you either gain a +5 to the attack's damage roll. Okay, cool. So which way are you using it? Oh no, you're just using... So you're using your action as a dash, and then you're going to use your bonus action to attack. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm going to dash towards that bloke that first did the thing, or at least tried to hit B, basically.
Which one? Was that the goblin? So one of the things... So this goblin was first. He loosed, and he's shooting towards B. So that's him there.
Yeah.
And then the other two that fired were from this sort of direction. So it was one from
but
down
Cliff
here.
is like, I'm not gonna climb up that.
No, it's about 30 feet high, 40 feet maybe. So it's quite a big hike. You would have to use all of your movement to climb up there.
Yeah, so
and then
Cliff
you'd
is
only
like,
get halfway.
No, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. So he's gonna book it towards here, basically, with a stash.
Sure, yeah. I think you could make that. So, yeah.
So he runs across these tents and then basically this way, and then straight line towards that bloke.
Yep. Sure.
And then makes an attack.
Sure, roll your attack.
Which button is that again? This one? Yay!
Warham one hand.
Oh,
+5.
Yeah.
So you also get your... Is it your gain a +5 bonus to the Attacks damage roll. Okay, cool. Yep. So that is... Let me see if that hits first before you get that.
I meant a two-handed one, but I hit the one wrong.
No, you roll me the two-handed one then.
I mean...
No, that's fine.
in-
Roll me the two-handed. We can still use your natural 9, and we'll just add on what
Yeah,
we...
sure.
I think it's
Because
14
that's-
anyway. Yeah, so it'd be 14 anyway. So I'm going to use your 14. Bum, bum, bum.
Because Flint at this point is also in a rage, basically.
Do you get an advantage on attacks? Or is that reckless attack? That's reckless attack. Never mind.
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I do have resistance to stuff then.
No, yeah, it's the resistance for rage. Okay, yeah, so that's a miss. So you kind of like, you swing with both hands with your warhammer, and it kind of like, it bounces off of his chainmail. It doesn't make any effect whatsoever. And that's the end of your turn. I think you're out of movement, out of bonus, out of everything else, right?
Yeah, because this is immediately... I can use the bonus action for a melee attack, and that's missed. So there's
Sure.
that.
Okay, Plum. You have seen Flint running away towards the enemy. You realize, obviously, you know all the knowledge that you know. And you've just seen Cliff say, "I want my mummy," and run towards the enemy.
Even though what's her face just screamed at us that we have to stick together.
Yep.
I mean, but these blokes are in our way. Basically.
So Flint is still running toward, like, he stopped to fiddle with his band,
Yeah,
right?
he's running away, then he stopped to try and pull off his band kind of thing. Well, he was kind of doing that while he was running. I'll give him that, because I feel like he's still in the process of running away at you while you're here. This is kind of his action. So he is moving.
All right. I'm going to yell. Like, I don't know how well this is going to be. I need everybody close to me. Like, come back. We got to get out of here. But I'm going to throw my web. It maybe. In towards Flint. To
Sure.
stick him. And hopefully that will get him to stay. Because we have to grab him and nab him, and can't we, like, try to knock him out, maybe?
Yeah. I mean, you can attack him and, like, claim that it's an unlethal attack, and he's not going to have to make death saving throws.
Yeah.
So you can knock him
yeah,
out.
my web.
Or attempt to. It depends. Like, if you do, like, too much damage, though, then, like, you can automatically kill him. Like, if it's over double his hit points. So you do have to be careful with that.
Right.
Can we just tie a bottle of beer to a fishing rod? Just, like, lead him out that way.
Well, you could try. I don't think it...
Wrong personality.
I know. Yeah, he's not in the right mind right now, is he?
I mean, that could be trying to lure his other mind out. I don't know.
Alright, so yeah, I cast my web towards him.
Cool. So is this at the beginning of his turn he has to make this, or should we just do it now? I can never remember what we choose.
Each creature that starts its turn in the web, like, it's an automatic thing. Yeah, so it starts their turn within the web.
Okay.
And they have to do the dexterity saving.
Okay, so he has to do a next dexterity. Kath, remember that, because I will forget that, okay? That you have to do or someone else remember that. I will forget. Okay. Cool. Anything else that you want to do, Plum?
I'm going to say to
Oh, that's a fail then. Flint.
Drake and be like, "Oi, we gotta get Flint and the dumb dwarf." And yeah, that's all I'm going to say and do.
Cool. Okay, so in come another Another arrow. This time it's coming from on top of the hill, I think, again. Which one was this one? Oh, no, it's not. It's actually... No, it's the scout next to Cliff. She did have a crossbow, but she's kind of dropped, like, looking at what's going on and looking at, like, Cliff just running out of nowhere. And she pulls out a short sword instead. And then moves in... Why is this not working? Moves in a little bit closer to Cliff, so now you're surrounded. And will attack with the short sword. So this is multi-attack, so I'm going to take both rolls. So 13 and 23.
That hits.
Which one hits?
Both.
Both. Okay,
I mean,
cool.
I have 13 armor class.
Oh.
Makes it, breaks it, yep. So 1 damage, 2 damage.
Yay, it's piercing. That means
You get the resistance.
Yeah, I do
yep.
have resistance. That's half.
So take 7 damage, then I will let you have the 7.
Okay. There we go. 7 damage taken.
Cool. Okay, that's the end of her turn. She's now attacking you. Okay, so then there is a guy from the trees that have kind of came out of here. He steps forward a little bit, and he aims his... he has a longbow as well. So he's gonna fire his longbow at her, and it hits. 4 damage. So yeah, it hits her square in the... It probably grazes one of her ankles, one of her feet, something like that, but there's definite blood dripping down, like her dress now and her garments and things, and it's dripping down onto the floor below. Probably onto Plum. Or near
Yummy.
Plum. Then there is another scout that has a longbow. He's got multi-attack, so 1 and 2. They both miss, so you see 2 arrows kind of also fling from this direction over here, and it's like goes straight over your head and like far into the distance kind of thing. Then we've got a human this time, like from this direction, up from the path to the east, who is going to... What was his range? He's going to throw a spear. Now, hold on, let's see, because he might not be able to make it. He can't make it. So he's actually going to move up. So he's a little bit closer to the action with his spear. Moving back 1 step more. And he's going to throw his... Actually, no, he's not. He's going to ready up to throw his spear, so he's not going to throw it. So he's just going to hold his action. We have a goblin on top of the cliff. He's going to pull out of his short bow, and he's also aiming at her. Do you see the pattern yet? And that was... What was her AC? That's a hit. So that's 7 more damage. Oof. Then we go on to the other cultist that is kind of like up in the trees up here. So he's going to actually step out from behind one of the trees. He's got his longbow that he is going to fire. 14 hits. 8 more damage. She's not looking good. She's hit. She's had a lot of hits. She's not looking great. It's starting to like drip a lot of blood now is coming out, and she's got a lot of arrows. Like some are in her back, some are in her front, some are down in like her leg area, kind of thing. But she's still kind of floating and hovering and doing all this like spicy stuff. Spicy stuff. Drake, your turn.
Spicy.
Is he awake?
I think he's asleep.
He's asleep. Discount? I think he is actually asleep. He is actually asleep.
Totally not. Sorry. I did have a plan. Okay, I'm going to run up to Flint and yeah. I don't know if the situation got better or worse.
Pretty much B is like almost. She's like taking a lot of damage.
She's taking a lot of damage. Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't forget
So
there
I
are
think-
webs all the
Yeah,
way
there
around.
are webs.
So the webs
Okay.
are the orange border there. So if you wanted to go into the webs, then you have to roll dexterity.
All right, I'll try and pick my way to the bard then. Does it count as difficult terrain as well?
I'm assuming that she cast me in the center. I don't know if she put me on the edge or not.
I did put it on the edge, thinking that it would, try to, because you're fleeing away, right?
So
Yeah.
So I did it more outwards. You know what I mean?
okay,
That kind of works. All right, well, I'll get to the edge, and then if I can...
we might
literally
want to change
pick
that
up the
box
halfling
then,
and-
I guess. Yeah, that's. I think
There
that
you go.
looks perfect. Yeah. So what are you doing?
Can I kind of grab the halfling and yank him out?
You can grapple.
without-
So if you want to
without
do
breaking
a
his
strength
bonds.
check, and then
Can I pick him up? If his arms are kind of like pinned with the webs, can I grab him and strategically bits of him, which
how
are webs?
heavy is
Bits of him?
Flint?
He's like 4 feet, so he's not much of anything.
Yeah, but I mean, a 4 foot, like, it could be fat, and, it could be like, I don't know,
Sorry,
like,
halflings are what, 3 feet, right? 3.5 feet.
thereabouts, yeah. Do you know how much he weighs?
He's an alcoholic. He doesn't eat a lot, so
Yeah, I would say
let's go 75 pounds,
pounds,
50 kilo.
50 kilos. Okay, so, could you pick him up? I mean,
Sorry,
probably
not 50 kilos. That would be like 40 kilos.
40 yeah, okay. You probably pick up 40 kilos, right, Drake?
It's like we're like small children. Like it's
Well, I
fine.
should be able to lift 140 pounds, I think, because I got strength 14. I mean, I can do a strength test, and you can...
Yeah, well, you're gonna have to do a strength test anyway, because I presume
failed his-
Flint is
yeah.
gonna try and break away
And
whilst
he's
you're
in the
doing it,
webs.
and he's got the chance to, like, because I'm thinking it as a grapple, right? But it's a grapple that you're doing, that you're picking it up, so he can.
But it sounds like he's trying to grapple more the webs than me, because I'm already grappled. I'm already held.
No,
He is
I want
already-
to... Yeah, I want to try and leave as much of the webs in place as possible, and then just pick
You
grab-
up out
grab
of
the
it.
halfling and...
He's grappling the webs more than me.
Yeah, so if I can pick him up by the torso, if his arms are still pinned, or grab a back of the jacket
Grab
and
him
just...
by the head.
Yeah, scruff of the neck by the hair sort of thing, or the hair on the toes, and just yank him about.
So I'm still thinking contested strength check then, please.
All right, so I'll let you pick.
Ooh. Well, the first roll is 17.
No way.
Wow. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you.
All right, okay. I assume he's pretty well rooted to the spot then.
He's rooted to the spot, yeah.
Yeah, all right. Well, the webs obviously don't break. They're holding his hairy toes to the ground.
Yeah.
Would that count as an action? Can I get a spell off, or is that kind of it?
That would count as an action.
Just remember that the webs are flammable. And that would dissipate them. Just gonna remind you.
Yeah, I've got a feeling the halfling might also be a bit flammable. Maybe, I don't know.
My blood would definitely be flammable.
you're kind of like the perfect mix of you got your kindling, your hairy feet is kind of like kindling, and then you've got the more
Got the
solid
alcohol fuel.
fuel. Yeah.
Me and you have healing spells. It's fine.
All right. Well, yeah, I mean, I've kind of moved up. I've like I said, I've tried an action. I've got an inspiration, haven't I? I'll
You
use
do
that
have
inspiration.
Yep.
I'll use that inspiration,
Sure.
and I will cast Spike Growth.
Okay.
Kind of in the path between the trees and the cliff. So it's like it's a 40-foot diameter, which I think should basically plug that gap.
Should plug this gap,
Um,
yeah. I'm going to say yes, between the tree trunks. I think, yeah. Do you want me to draw it?
Yeah. So it's like I say, it's a 40-foot diameter. So basically between the tree and the cliff, in some.
Oh,
Some
between
action.
the cliff. I see.
Well, anywhere in that area, just to impede anybody coming up this way. Cliff's kind of holding the other two trees.
That way, then, I guess. About there. That was
Yeah,
meant to be green, but it's yellow now.
Yeah, so there's like a whole circle of the ground has just like sprung up, and there's thorns and vines and all sorts of things all over the place.
Sure. Nice. Okay, so that's the end of your roll. So we're going to flip over to Flint.
Who did fail his saving roll?
Yeah, so you are
Rooted.
cemented to the ground.
All right, I'm going to look at Drake.
Oh no. Oh no.
And I am going to cast Eldritch Blast.
How dare you?
I bet you it's a miss.
It is a miss. Is there any way Eldritch Blast doesn't have any? First off, Kath, this is the first time you've ever cast this. So what does it look like?
From this guy, it is black with traces of red, and it looks rotten to the core for an Eldritch Blast. Like, it doesn't even look like a normal Warlock Eldritch Blast.
Sure. So in the panic, you're kind of rooted to the ground. You fire this off from your hands, and it shoots straight past Drake and sets, sets the this tent on fire. So that's now bursting into flames. You hear like a little child go, "Ah!"
Drake is shocked. Drake can't believe that just happened.
Yeah. And actually, I'm going to add to that. The simmering burning is jet black, the same blackness that was the Eldritch Blast.
It's like a decaying fire.
Decaying fire, yeah. It's a rotten thing. Is that all you can do?
Since I can't move or do anything else, yeah.
Okay. So back round to the to a knoll. So this knoll is quite far away. He is on the east side. I'm not going to scroll the stream. So the stream, you're just going to have to imagine that there's things happening. But I will move it back over to the center because the knoll is going to fire a longbow. Who'd have thought? And it hits. It's 3 piercing. Does the knoll... No, the knoll doesn't. Okay, no. Then it is a goblin's turn. I'm losing track of where all these goblins are. This is one... So how tall does that go? Discount. How tall does the wall of twigs go? Is it like 20 feet?
Doesn't say how tall it is.
I mean, it's tall vines, maybe about 5 foot up. maybe 6 foot tops.
6 foot. So definitely
know.
taller than a goblin can see, right?
I don't know how tall's a goblin. I mean, if a goblin's 3 foot, maybe it's
3-4 feet.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it can peak if it jumps and looks
Okay,
over the
well,
top.
so what I was thinking there is that B's about 30 foot off the ground. If the wall radius is like, because I know you said the radius was like a 20-foot radius centered on a central point kind of thing of twisting vines. It's difficult terrain though, isn't it? It's not like a tall, big, long wall. So either way, the goblin is going to fight. I think either way, the goblin will pull out its short bow and fire towards B, because she would be kind of like above anyway, and she's kind of standing out. So
All shiny and
hits.
shit.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't say it impedes line of sight or anything. In fact, actually, it says it's camouflaged if they didn't see the spell being cast. So anybody who didn't see it wouldn't actually know there's anything there.
Okay.
Ah.
Well,
Yeah,
that goblin would have
ground.
seen it because he was looking directly at you.
Yeah, it says the ground is covered, so not the area or anything like that. So yeah.
So he hits, then it's another goblin's turn because I messed up the turn order and left a goblin at the end when he shouldn't have been. So he's also going to fire his short bow but misses. So basically the arrow just flies off into the trees in the background. Princess
Another little
B's
kid
turn.
screams.
Yeah, and the little kid screams. She looks pretty worse for wear, but she's still hovering. She's still kind of flying. She
Still kicking it.
yells out, "Use the portal!" And she turns her body towards the markings down on the ground here, and the markings start glowing and growing, and a purple mist begins to emanate. A lot of the people that have came out of the tents, they start moving towards those. Now, some of them aren't going to make it in time, so they start running towards them, and I'm going to move the mother and children together. By the way, none of you have seen Leocorus. He seems to have not arisen from the tents, but it is mayhem. Like, there's quite a lot of people passing, right? Like, it's the whole camp that is literally getting out of their tents. They're scrambling and they're going as quickly as possible. Nobody's seen Leocorus, but he might be there, he might not. You don't know. None of them on this turn can make it to here, but that is definitely lit up. That's where they're all heading. Right, it's the goblin boss, which is now next to Cliff. So, being attacked, he looks at you a little bit perplexed, laughs, drops his scimitar, drops his... what did he have? He had something that was ranged. It was a short bow, that's it. He drops his short bow and pulls out a scimitar from his belt and attacks you twice. So this is both attacks, 11 and 11. Cliff? Misses both. Cool.
So I laugh back, ha ha ha!
Yeah. And then it's the turn of the scout on the top of the hill. They've got multi-attack as well. So they're going to loose 2 bows. One of them hits, one of them misses. So you see one go and hit her directly in the chest. And blood, again, it's pouring out.
Blood fountain.
It's not looking good. It's very anime kind of thing, like blood just going everywhere at this point. There is then a goblin. Which goblin is this? This is one on top of the hill. So, short bow. Both. No, sorry, it's only one hit. Because it's only one of them. So that's 3 damage. Oof. She's really not looking good. Right, Cliff, your turn.
So, after I attacked, of course, lots of stuff have happened. And in the corner of his eye, Cliff did see a black beam come from where Flint kind of is hanging around, and Drake, I think. But
I would say probably you wouldn't have been aware of that because you've got your back turned to them. Your focus is entirely on these two that, like, this is taking up your whole being. There's two people attacking you, so yeah, and you're in rage, so you're
Focused.
You're focused on them, so you probably wouldn't have seen that.
makes sense. So, reckless attack will happen.
Sure.
Then, that's plan B. And that's basically on the bloke I tried to attack the first round as well.
Okay, on the goblin boss. Yep, sure.
That is, let's see, I believe I have an advantage then. Yeah. So let me click on that and hit this thing. Twice apparently because I didn't click advantage correctly.
Well, the first one does that hit? Yes, it does.
Okay.
So roll
time for
damage.
damage. 6.
6. Sure. Do I have... Oh, no, it has to be another goblin. Okay, never mind. There isn't another goblin within 5 feet of it. So, yeah, it takes the 6 damage. Yeah. That, yeah.
And that's that then.
That's I mean, that's that, unless you've got another thing up your sleeve. I mean, he doesn't look that well, but, you know, like, he's not dying.
Nope, I don't have anything on my sleeve, really.
Okay, no. Cool. So that's your turn. Plum.
All right. Seeing this portal open and seeing everybody panic, I yell, Drake, still get Flint, and I drop my concentration spell from the webs, so he's no longer ensnared.
Okay.
And seeing everybody around me, so I see all of the villagers, and I yell out, Leo, if you're not there, get your butt out here, so you can get to your ass to the portal. And I cast this on everybody except for except for Drake and, yeah. So I cast it on Drake and all of the villagers and shit. Bee's on her own, though. She's a badass. I'm going to just assume she can handle her shit.
Okay, so a veil of shadows and silence radiates from around you, masking you and your companions from detection for the duration. Each creature you choose within 30 feet, including you, has a +10 bonus to dexterity stealth checks and can't be tracked. A creature that receives this bonus leaves. I mean, everyone can still see you, though, right?
It says masking.
Yeah, she rolls a stealth and
Yeah, like I think you have to be in hiding for that to work.
Oh.
I don't know.
I don't think you make everyone invisible. I think it like helps you hide, like say behind leaves or bushes, or
Boo. Okay,
hides
fine.
your tracks and your trails, right?
All right, fine.
At least
Redact that.
That's the
No,
way
I
I'm
get it. No,
reading
no,
yeah.
it makes sense for what you're saying. Absolute. All right, fine.
It would have been cool though. That would have been cool to like turn
I
everyone
know!
invisible. But
or
yeah,
have the chance to be invisible because everyone would have to roll a stealth check inside.
Okay. So, nix that idea. I'm gonna then cast this instead.
okay.
At a level, we'll do level 2 because I'm sure she needs it.
Healing spirit. Who's that for?
B.
Okay. Do you have to touch someone, or is that something that?
It just goes.
Oh yeah, it's just a 60-foot range, so you can do it for anyone within 60 feet. Yep. Okay, so she takes 6 healing. Cool. Thank you.
Anybody else in that square that's needs healing gets it too, right?
Yeah, I don't
believe
think
so, yeah.
there's anyone else. Oh well, can you
Me?
do it on yourself?
Yeah.
Yep. So you also get your 6 healing as well.
The spirit can heal a number of times equal to 1 plus your spellcasting ability modifier. Minimum of twice. I'm healing that number of times, the spirit disappears. That sucks. But hey, it's balanced. I guess.
Five-foot cube, you see. I see, yeah, okay. I will allow you to take the healing, and then you can heal B as well. I'll let that, but obviously Drake and
Right.
the Bard are
They
on their
can.
own. Yeah.
Yeah. It was just supposed to be meant for B and myself anyways.
Yeah.
And I still yell out to Leo to get his butt out here if he's able to hear me and to head towards the portal. And I'll start.
He might have passed, he might not. I mean, there's a lot more people than the characters, but yeah.
Right. I'm just letting him know that I haven't forgotten about him. And I'm not gonna move towards the portal, obviously, because I wanted that healing. So I'm just gonna stay here, kind of chill, I guess, and see if I can mitigate anything and help people escape.
Sure. Okay, Doc. Moving on then. The scout next to Cliff. So the scout has multi-attack and a short sword in reach. So this is 2 attacks, animal. 13 and 17.
Again, 13 and 17. It hits both.
Okay, 1 and 2 take 5 damage.
Okay. There we go, 5 damage.
Alright, which cult? Okay, so one of these guys is gonna, again, like, more arrows, like, basically the whole time that this is going on, arrows are flying above and they're all aiming for B, right? Like, none of them so far have been aimed towards anyone else in the party, apart from Cliff, who is actively engaging. So whenever I'm, like, throwing, like, oh, that's the goblin's one, but it's the same as a short bow. So this was this guy. That's 6 damage. Jesus, I'm rolling so well for these.
Yay!
The scout has multi-attack, so that was a hit. This guy was moving in closer anyway. So he's charging in. He's gonna stand here, and he's throwing a javelin. Or a spear, I guess. A spear. Whoo! 23. I mean, okay, so this hits hard. Like, this is a big spear. This goes straight through. I mean, like, she does not look good now. Like, it's gone straight through her abdomen, kind of thing.
So you were saying you are throwing good today.
I am throwing very good, yeah, apparently. Goblin. I mean, to be fair, I do have a lot of things that are doing stuff, yeah. Another short bow, so more bows and arrows are flying across. Holy mother of God! Oh, but not very much damage this time. Where is she at? She's fading. Another goblin. And a hit. Okay. And the next one.
Kill! Kill.
There's another
Kill.
short bow. That's a miss. So there's, again, just like arrows coming in from everywhere. And it, like, some of them are hitting, some of them are missing. Draic, it's your turn. The web has now gone.
Okay, I'm going to act very quickly. I'm going to use the back end of the spear to try and knock the halfling unconscious. I
Okay.
think that's probably better than getting another blast in the face.
It's a good move.
Back end of the spear. So roll me the attack, please.
Sure.
It hits.
It hits. Roll damage. So the damage here will be bludgeoning, not piercing, but you get the picture.
I thought you had just to click on the.
So
the
if you
roll to
click
do
the
damage.
spear two-handed in the chat box, it should. There you go.
Oh, okay,
So
there we go.
this isn't piercing damage because you're doing it with the back of the spear. It's bludgeoning, but it works the same. So it's the same because I can't bother to work out. So that's 8 damage, Kath.
Okay.
Okay, right. Flint, roll me a Constitution saving throw. I forgot to do this at the beginning of your last turn. You're going to have it every turn. Constitution saving throw.
Me or
Yeah, Flint.
okay?
Yeah, not me. From what I thought you meant me, but
So again, your band burns. It burns really bad. And it's more intense than last time. And it shoots all the way up your arm and into your chest. And give me 2d4 damage, please. It's worse than last time.
8.
8 damage. Wow.
oh, that stings.
Cool.
Fucking son of a bitch!
And it's all coming, it's radiating from your band that's on your wrist. What do you want to do, Flint?
I pull out my dagger. I lay my
Let's not do
wrist
anything
down on-
hasty.
I lay my arm down on a rock nearby. And I attempt to cut off my hand below the bracelet.
Roll me a
I would say strength.
strength.
Gotta cut through the bone.
Yep, strength.
Bad to the bone.
Please fail. Please fail. Oh, thank God.
So you swing and you hit your hand, and it kind of goes halfway through. It hurts, but it doesn't do a severe severed hit. Like, it doesn't go straight through first time. So it hits like the bone or something and hits like halfway. You can feel intense, horrible, terrible pain. The dagger is still in there, so you can pull it out if you'd like to. I would like you to roll me the damage for your dagger, so whatever your dagger's damage is.
That would be the 5 there.
Yeah, 5 piercing.
I
You're
am
now
not
bleeding.
looking good.
Okay, cool.
And then on that point, I am actually still going to continue to run away from Drake and towards the other party.
Which direction? Yeah, move wherever you want to go. So Drake, he's leaving your sphere of influence, so you do have an opportunity attack there.
So that's like a whole sphere. It's a diameter. It's a radius.
Yeah, well,
So there's quite a big circle there for difficult terrain, and you'll take damage when you move through it.
Oh, okay. So
yeah.
but I saw it.
Yeah, it's kind of like all around here. Sorry, it wasn't. But either way, Drake, you would still get that opportunity attack. So if you want to take it, you can take it.
Bop him on the head. Bop him on
Yeah,
the head.
yeah. Okay, so this time, rather than trying to swing the spear, I'm just while he's looking down, cutting that. I'm just going to take the spear, the blunt end, and just shove it like into the back of his head and try and knock him unconscious again.
Roll me the attack roll.
Nat 20,
I
nat
was-
20.
oh,
Oh,
yeah, he got me.
close.
Kill.
Roll the damage.
I fall down unconscious.
Okay, yeah. So Flint is now unconscious next to you, Drake. Bleeding out as well, because he did take a dagger to his arm. Potential
Okay.
broken bone.
I don't go into death saving rolls. I just go to like 1 health, right?
You just go to 1 health, yep, you're unconscious. You don't need to do death saving, because it was non-lethal. Or at least the attempt was non-lethal. Okay, I think that's the end of your turn, am I right? There, Flint? It should be, because you can't do anything on this roll, because you're now unconscious. So the Knoll is going to pull out his longbow, fire it in the direction. It misses. It kind of flies straight past her cheek, Bee's cheek. She's not looking good, but she's kind of focused on this portal at the moment. The goblin's turn. Short bow. Again, another bolt, arrow kind of goes past and misses. And now it's her turn. And she says, I can't hold it much longer. Flee! Flee! The children and a lot of the villagers, they kind of like make it into the portal there, and they kind of like disappear. Basically, they turn into like a purple smoke and evaporate. It looks really weird. And it reminds you all of the types of fire that was in where was it? Zamir's fortress right at the beginning of the thing. Like, it reminds you of that. They've just evaporated. And they are now no longer there, so I'm going to delete them. And there's not really that many people left. They've kind of all managed to make it into the portal. She looks down at you, Plum, and says, Go now, I can't hold much longer. And that is the end of her turn, because she's currently concentrating. Goblin Boss, he is going to attack you, Cliff, again.
Come on. Try me.
Scimitar, he has multi-attack, so this is 2 attacks.
Uh-oh.
So...
That's 2 hits.
Oh, this is going to be tough. I'm going to roll that one again. I'm going with the 24 and the 23, but I'm rolling that again because this one is going to be the 23, so that's the 5 plus 6 slashing, and this one is your 6. So,
Slashing.
Yeah. You should have resistance to slashing damage.
Yeah, I do. Yes. So that is a total of 12...
17.
17. That would be 16, would be 8.
Yeah,
right?
so 8 slashing damage.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Now it is one of the scouts' turn. He's got a longbow in hand. And fires off the arrow, and it hits. And this time it goes right through her heart, her chest. All the light that was emanating from her fades. The portal dies, and she falls at a clump next to Plum. She's still alive, still breathing. Her eyes are open, and she looks at you, Plum, and she says, I'm sorry, I tried. And blood splatters from her mouth. And she closes her eyes. She's still breathing, she's still going, but she's unconscious. Then a voice echoes across. Oh, B. It is now the goblin's turn. This goblin is on top of the hill, the grassy knoll at the top. And he doesn't do anything. He looks down and he has his bow ready. His short bow ready. And he's aiming it at you, Plum. But he doesn't fire. Cliff, your turn.
So, am I aware of what is happening behind me at this point?
Probably not. Again, you're really focused on these. You've like channeled in on these two. You went full blown right into them, and this is all happening behind you. So you probably would have heard the voice, though. You would have heard the voice, absolutely. Mm-hmm. But other than that, like you're attacking these two.
But yeah,
people.
just blinded rage. I just focus. Yeah, okay.
You've heard the voice, though, so it might have drawn your attention to them.
Not enough. That wouldn't be enough. At this
Oh,
point.
actually, something that has faded, like, all of the enemies go dark. So the whole area's gone dark. Like, it was lit up like a bonfire thing with her. As soon as she fell, like, the light's just gone. You can barely see anything. There's nothing there. It's nighttime. You're in the middle of the night. This was in the middle of your long rest. So this is like really dark. It's really dark now. So you would have noticed that as well. But you do have dark vision. So like maybe your dark vision turns on and goes boom.
And Cliff is just like, yeah, I need to finish these blokes. My mother, I want my mother. And he's just, he keeps attacking the same bloke.
Sure. So the goblin boss?
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot that I had advantage against you on that. Oh well, it doesn't matter. It's gone now. Missed the chance.
I mean, yeah, okay.
Yeah, because you use your reckless attack, so the next attack against you has advantage. But I forgot,
and
so
I'm
you got away with it. You got away with it.
I'm gonna do reckless attack again at this point.
Sure.
So.
Don't let me forget this time, though.
Right. No.
It's on you.
I know it's on me.
Right. Oh.
You drop your warhammer on your foot.
Oh.
I'll take the 21 first, though. Wait, no, it's advantage, isn't it? Yeah, you've got advantage. Yeah, I'll take the 21.
Yeah.
I'll take the 21. You're all right. You're safe. You keep your hammer in hand.
Yay! I have 4 damage.
4 damage.
Wow. So low. I want a better weapon.
I imagine the sudden change of light, though, would have woken him up to something else happening around him.
Oh, and the voice.
Yeah, but Cliff is really... He wants his mother, and he's really mad about, these blokes attacking him now. It's just...
It does make sense, character related, yeah. Background story stuff. This does make sense.
His mind is now a total blur.
Yeah.
His mind is now a total blur because it's too much for him to handle at this point. It's too much has come in now, and he's trying to run through it in his mind without being able to right now because there's so much going on outside. Kind of deal.
Cool. Plum, what do you do?
I'm gonna do this and take out my quarterstaff and ready up to bop somebody if somebody attacks, and I'm like standing over B trying to protect her, right?
You still have that healing thing, right?
I think it was to heal 2 people and then it dissipates.
Oh, is it after 2? I thought it... Okay.
It depends on your modifier thing or whatever it was called.
Yeah,
Spell modifier.
So 1 plus my casting ability. What's my casting ability? It's my wisdom.
So it's 1 plus that.
I reckon you've got another heal in it.
Yeah. Where do I find my casting ability?
So it will be your wisdom, I think. Hold on, let me have a look. It'll be under either spells or like if you go onto the spells thing, the spells page, you might be able to find it there. And
It'll be. Like I say, it's whatever your wisdom modifier
oh yeah,
is.
it'll be your wisdom. So it's whatever your modifier for wisdom is. So if your wisdom is +2, then you get 2.
Yeah, it's +2, so
Yeah.
I have
You
one
get
more
4.
charge.
So you
He
have
has
one more charge. So that's still there, and you can use that as the bonus, right? To tell it to do your.
Mm-hmm. It's like its own, little thing, so it bonusly heals, and I'll send it towards B.
Cool. And you bring her back. So she comes back round. She's still got arrows sticking out of her, so like she's not doing well, and she kind of like sits back up and looks at you and looks around and actually looks quite scared. But she's alive. And she's got, is it 6 HP that was the thing?
Yep.
And then your Fae will fade into the 6 HP, yeah. So she's up, but yeah, leaning. And then you Shillelagh up, is that? And that's your bonus. So your action was to heal, I guess.
No, that's its own NC. It does its own thing.
Okay, that does
so-
its own thing. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Got you. Cool. So, yeah, you've got an action as well.
Yep, and I'm just gonna ready to attack anybody who comes near B.
Sure. Be more specific.
So if I don't know if it's possible, but if I see an arrow, can I try to bat it away with my quarterstaff?
Lightsaber style.
Or if somebody comes up to her trying to poke her with a sword, can I bap it away?
Okay, so you can, yeah. So if anyone attacks, you can kind of like negate it. I don't know whether I don't know whether you can block arrows. Maybe, I guess if you're quick. So maybe it's a dex check, acrobatic strength, right?
Acrobatics, dex.
Is it? Okay, yeah, so acrobatics. So maybe you could, on your acrobatics, maybe you could save like one arrow into your quarterstaff, put it in between them, and then it hits the quarterstaff instead. But that would depend on
Right.
the roll.
Right, a roll. Yeah. But that's what I'm doing, is just readying up,
Okay,
trying to protect her.
Okay, so pretty much everyone... Okay, so this is the scout that is also against Cliff. So he... Did you use Reckless Attack that time?
Yeah, I did.
So he has advantage and multi-attack.
Yeah, and I believe...
So 19 and the 22.
Both hit.
Both hit. Cool.
Yeah.
7 and 3 damage. So 10,
That's
5.
Yep.
Okay, that's the end of his turn.
And the
So
other one, if that attacks me, that also has an advantage still. From the
is it
reckless
all
attack.
the remaining round, or is it just the next attack?
All of them until my next turn.
Okay. So the this guy moves up a little bit, but holds back his attack. Then it is a guy on the hill who is holding back. There is a guy on the footpath that is holding back. Everyone seems to just like be not doing anything now. They're waiting. This goblin
Except, two
moves
enemies.
forward, trying like probably going through your difficult terrain. What does he have to roll to kind of go through that discount?
I think you just take damage for every 5 feet you move. Hold on. I'll
Got
read the
you.
spell.
Okay, so he's going to wait on the other side of it then. So he's kind of like on the other side, just holding guard there. That cultist is not going to do anything. So, Drake, it's your turn. Nobody's really done much this turn.
All right. Well, I'll grab the halfling and I'll drag him closer to the portal, like sort of shaking my head, like, "Why am I dragging your sorry ass, you stupid halfling half-wit?" Like,
I just drool.
Bleeding out.
But yeah, I'll try and sort of drag him towards the portal thing that's turned off, in the hope that maybe it turns back on if Plum can do something.
Oh, I thought it was still going.
No, it's turned off now. She was powering it. As
Yeah,
soon as
it's a
she went down,
concentration
it
spell.
went down. Yeah, it was concentration. Well, sort of.
And I'll shout out to Cliff as well. It's like, "Cliff, get back here! Time to go!"
Ah! I'm murdering these! I mean, I'm not murdering these, I'm killing them! I'm not a murderer!
Okay.
Either way, get your ass back here.
Flint,
Help.
you're unconscious, so we'll leave that. Null is going to move up. And they're now between this tree. We've got a goblin here. Is this one yours? Or is this the other one? This is the other one behind it. So he's going to move up. And then before B gets a turn, someone else is going to join the start of this turn order. And he comes from on top of the hill.
Yeah, the mysterious fucker.
Now, this obviously... Did you guys see that?
No? Ah, no.
Oh, there we go.
Is that Hasbro? Does he own Hasbro games?
So, Asbro is standing on the top of the hill.
Asbro.
Now, anyone who remembers the caves of the Fallen will remember Asbro as the main antagonist. So far, he's not came up in this campaign. So he knows, like, Flint obviously would know him, but Flint's unconscious and also the wrong Flint. So he stands in the clearing, and he's got kind of a small wand-like staff. It's a very small staff, but it is a wand, really. And on the end of it is a jet black light. I know that sounds very wrong, but think of the lightsaber in The Mandalorian, that sort of like emanating black lightsaber, but with like a white light around the edges of it. It's emanating from his wand, and he is laughing. Oh, did you really think, B, you would get away from me? And B kind of responds, and she says, Asbro, you will not stop the goodness. The goodness? He responds. The goodness? No, that's... Why are you so murky with your good and your evil? It's so boring. And he floats down the cliff. He is able to make, I think we said a 50-foot drop seem nothing. He steps off and he's just down at the bottom in the clearing. And he kind of like walks up past Flint, past Drake, looks over at you two and just ignores you. And moves in to the inner circle next to Plum.
Oh, damn.
And looks at you. Plum, you pitiful, pitiful being. You have been forced into this by Zanmir, haven't you? I see the band on your wrist. You may go. He
Can I
looks
just
at you.
glare at... Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no. He looks at you. He's waiting.
I glare at him and spit on him.
Ha ha ha! I spit in your general direction.
Roll me. I want you to roll me for this. What could it be
Dexterity,
for a
like-
spit? A targeted spit. Ba-ba-ba-da-ba-da-ba-da. I'm gonna. I kind of want to go strength, like a strength roll, or maybe a charisma roll, because it's kind of a charisma thing,
Yeah, that's
defiance
true.
thing
Yeah,
to
I
do.
could say that.
So charisma roll. Throw me a charisma roll.
¿Dónde está? Like a saving throw? Or...
No, just a normal charisma roll.
Oh, sorry.
I forget
My
what the charisma
whole entire
rolls
sheet
are.
wasn't up. It's fine.
6. Okay. It lands on your shoes.
Yeah. Yeah.
He just looks at you and says, "This is your only chance. Go now, or join me. I already have
I
him."
noticed this?
And he points at Flint.
You
Have I
can't have him.
noticed this?
You can't have B either.
That's the end of his turn. B stands up behind you, Plum, and moves you to one side and says, "It's okay, Plum. Leave. I'll be fine. He won't hurt me anymore, will you? He needs me alive." I'm gonna do a roll, but it's hidden. She's lying, Plum. You don't believe her.
Okay.
That's the end of her turn. The goblin boss, so he's still in... He was in a fight with you, Cliff, but as soon as Asbro dropped down, he stopped everything and took a step back, disengaging with his action, and moved backwards.
Did Cliff notice this as well behind him, or?
Yeah, oh yeah, you'd be fully aware of this now. Like everything has gone deathly quiet, and all of that
also
rage
disengaged.
would. I mean, you'd still be raged.
Yeah, but
But
I
you hear
disengaged
him.
from battle and I looked at him just walking and floating down the cliff and walking.
Pretty much, yeah.
I guess
You would be
that's
able to hear him. Like his voice is echoing everywhere. You can hear him.
Yeah.
So he just like kind of steps back, disengages from you, and steps back. And then we're gonna like cycle through stuff. So Cliff, it is your turn.
So because of this, I dash towards Plum to try and stand with her.
Dash
Basically.
towards Plum. So
Yeah.
you've got 25 feet of movement. She's 50 feet away. So yeah, you can dash there. So the other cultist there, he could have attacked you. Like you're aware that he was still about to go, but he doesn't. So he doesn't take the attack of opportunity on you.
Nope.
Even though he was still engaged with you in battle, but just wanted to make sure that I'd verbalize that because yeah.
Yeah. As a bonus,
Sure.
as a bonus action, I make a stance with my warhammer and be like, don't hurt anyone, and I stand down basically, or at least stand ready. That's more like it. Yeah,
Sure.
I stand ready for being attacked or whatever happens.
Plum, your turn.
I look back at B. I look at Asbro. I'm like, I know you're lying, B. But I'm a big into free will. If you're choosing to go with this man, I'll let you go. But we take Flint. And I look at Asbro. We're not leaving without Flint.
He's already mine. You can take him.
And then I look back at B, kiss her hand, and wish her luck. And I grab Cliff by the hand.
Ah! No! No! Ah! Cliff is mad at that. He's like, no, I don't want to move. I want to... This bastard!
And I'm like, Cliff, we gotta help Flint.
No! I gotta kill! I need to murder this dude!
Cliff, we need to go and help our friend. And I heard
Oh.
something about your mama. Let's go find your mama.
Oh!
Just-
Okay! And I stand down.
Cool.
Finally.
So if
So
you
I'm
both
guiding him away.
if you both want to travel, you can both travel in that direction.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I
You
just
don't
want
have to wait for
head
the turns.
towards Drake.
Okay.
Sure.
And I fire in Asbro's general direction as I walk past him.
Frown. Cool. Okay. So
I am somehow inside of Drake. I'm sorry.
you kind of all
We don't want to know.
so you're all kind of like on the ritual teleportation portal, which, by the way, nobody questioned that was there through the whole of last week, which was
Yeah.
hilarious.
I honestly thought you just drew like a compass, like in the middle of the
Nope.
thing.
That is on the ground. It is there. It's a solid structure.
I thought it was some sort of canopy or whatever. I don't
Yeah.
know, some sort of like giant gazebo tent.
I guess it kind of does a little bit.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I suppose so. But the okay,
I
so
thought it was
a little
strange.
bit. Yeah, I know
They
you're
were
still
never found.
the symbol that's in the center. That's the same symbol that's on all of your bands, by the way.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, so as you step into the ring, B one last time casts the spell, and what you see as your vision fades to darkness, you see Asbro pull a dagger and stab it into B's heart, and she falls down dead. Or at least what you assume is dead. And then your vision goes to black. In the darkness, you hear a voice.
The darkness is confining.
I thought you were about to say you hear and see another trailer for this
Hold on.
campaign.
Hold on.
In the darkness, you hear a voice.
Ah, you're finally awake.
Oh, I see. Working tenses. Not quite. How? Stop the world from destroying itself. A force is rising. You have a few lines to respond. Flint, at this point, you're awake. As in
Is
the
he?
bard. Yep. You are now the bard.
But is Flint awake?
Yep.
Oh, fuck happened to my damn wrist?
You cut it, you idiot.
Don't fucking cut my wrist.
I'll do cure wounds on his wrist.
Hang on. So you can't actually do any spells at this point? Just bear
Oh,
with
okay.
me, because you're kind of like in between teleportation. This is like kind of an ethereal moment. The wrist is fixed. You are not. Go to the elves. In the north, Kaora.
Oi. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Who is this?
You know who I am. We've met before.
That
Right.
Zan bar, Zan.
What's
I am
that from?
Samir.
That's it.
Bee's dead?
Sadness.
So we have a contact up north.
I do not understand.
You're telling us to go north to the elves. To have somebody stationed there to meet us.
I do
Or are
not
we just
understand.
on our own? Hey Google. Translate.
Head
what is that?
to Kaora. They can help.
Oh my
What's the
god, my
passcode?
phone fucking pulled up Google Translate.
I mean, this thing didn't react because I told it not to react to anything of that sort. It's a
You've
good
also
phone.
got earphones in.
Yeah, but that's on my computer. This doesn't have earphones in the phone right now, and he's 2% full.
I meant so the phone can't hear Jenna say, "Hey Google."
Yeah.
Idiot.
Womple's triggered it
I'm
all over again.
I'm gonna hide behind the desk. I'm under the desk now. Bye.
Okay, so you kind of have like still a moment to reply to Zamir if you would like anything else to say.
My fucking head hurts. What happened to my bloody head?
I wanna.
Your
Sandman,
head
how do we
is
fix
better
our
now.
friend?
Head to Kaora.
Head to Cleora. What is there a passcode or a way to get there?
I will help the little one, the Flint. So he remembers. Flint,
Excellent.
you feel a warm rush in your head, and the bruises and everything, it all heals, and all of a sudden you remember everything the warlock Flint has done. Everything. All the scheming, 5 years worth of plotting, potential murders. You remember everything, and you can see it through your own eyes. And that's where we're going to leave this session.
Flint starts bawling.
There we go. How was that?
When he healed my
Good.
head, did he heal me all back up to full health or any healing points or anything?
Full health.
Yeah.
Everything. Like it's a full healing, as though it's a long rest kind
fixed
of thing.
you.
He fixed you, yeah. As much like he didn't understand, but he fixed you.
What about the rest of us? You bloody bastard.
Well, you had your chance.
None of you bitched.
You had your chance. You kept asking him where to go. It's like, you already know where to go. You weren't paying attention to B, but I'm not going to tell you again.
I knew where to go. I just wanted to know if we had contacts up there. I am part of a group.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm not going to explain any of that. He didn't get the fuck what you meant. Like he did not comprehend that. He lives in another dimension. Like he doesn't understand resistance cells and contacts and things like that. He can barely talk in complete sentences.
How sentence complete?
Yeah. But anyway, that's the end of the session. Did you enjoy that?
Yeah.
I did.
We
found out
managed
a
to
lot.
nearly make the 2-hour mark, which is not bad.
We found out a lot.
You did.
And Flint survived. I'll tell you, last week Wumble and I were talking. We weren't sure.
We
if
weren't
Flint would
sure.
survive.
Yeah, I did tell. I said to Kath, be prepared. Like, roll a secondary character just in case, because we're not sure. I didn't know how that was going to go. I knew Flint was going to try and run away. I knew that if Flint, the warlock, is trying to separate himself from the party, he's gonna have pain, and that will be terminal. So that if that pain had been rolling up, you would have been doing death saving throws kind of thing. Like, it wasn't, and that pain would have kept going as long as you were convinced that you want to leave the party. That pain was going to keep going. So Kath, just so you're aware now, Flint the Bard and Flint the Warlock. So you're still going to have to roll after every long rest, but both of them are now aware of each other's steps. So that's what Zamir did. And we can kind of go into a little bit more detail what that's going to mean.
He changed the opaque wall out for a glass wall.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah. You still can't control it. You can't control when you change or anything like that, but you are now... he's leveled the playing field a little bit more. Yeah.
I have a window instead of a wall.
Which is awesome.
Yeah, well, Flint's going to even be more fucking broken now.
Only like an hour and a half for you, Discount.
Sorry about that.
Food coma.
Sorry.
Food coma.
Yeah.
Sometimes it hits you.
It was precious.
At least you awoke.
I almost fell asleep.
He was just role playing
could've.
Flint's character, okay? For the
Yeah.
future, it's fine.
Yeah. It's fine. Oh, that's funny. I did like that. We think Discount's fallen asleep now.
It's not commentary on the adventure. It's just I ate before starting, and it's hot and it's warm and it's just tired.
It is
Also
warm
running
today.
around
It
this
is
morning.
warm today. That makes a huge difference. So it's fine. Oh, I don't know how we managed that. Whole bit should have lasted like 30 seconds. I don't know how we managed to stretch that out.
Initiative rolls.
Initiative rolls, yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
And of course,
I
the
did my
animal
best
running
as well.
off again.
Yep.
I did my best as well.
But I mean, it was a short one, but you still are learning quite a lot.
We learned a lot. We know about Cliff's mama. We know that Drake wants to be alone, and
Potentially,
Well,
yeah.
Flint just got half of his past 5 years back.
Yeah,
Right.
pretty much, yeah. All of that drunken
I'm excited
stupor was
about
what
that.
you thought was a drunken stupor. You've now got back. So I'm excited to see what that does to Flint, because I think there'll be he's already got trauma, right?
right.
He watched his first party get wiped out.
Yeah. Well, especially now,
did.
because here's the thing. You were unconscious. That's annoying. Oh, damn it. Because
He was trying to wipe this party out.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Makes me wonder about the last party. I mean, was it Flint?
No, it wasn't Flint on the last party at all. That was when he turned into this split form. That was when Asbro got hold of him. Because there was a part...
Are we sure?
Well, so I'll give you a little bit of backstory, because we were all part of the campaign, right? So when Flint went to grab the jewel from the wall, I don't know if you remember, there was like a line, whoever takes me is part of me. And that moment was when Asbro gained his control. Like it consumed his brain, which is what made him kind of survive the rest of the killings, and basically turned him into a little bit of a street urchin, wandering around everywhere, doing all sorts of stuff which we don't know about. But now Flint does. So that's going to be quite interesting because Kath, if you can think of some interesting stuff that Flint's been doing, let me know because I don't know what he's been doing. Like that's your character. You can go ham on it. So
Voldemort and Professor Quirrell.
yeah, pretty much. And you're muted as well, Kath. So
I am on push talk. Yeah. But yeah, there's definitely some interesting things I'll have to come up with and decide on because
yeah.
He's been and I'll be upfront and a little honest that this is where his drinking problem came from. Was all of this.
Right.
I mean, yeah, that mentally breaks you.
Well,
It
it was
broken like that.
It also gave him an excuse of why he was blacking out because he must have been just so drunk he doesn't remember what the hell.
Right.
Do you know what is really fun for me? Actually, like knowing that you've got those two personalities is that one time when you were the warlock, you said something to to Plum, and Plum was like, oh, damn it, don't you remember anything? I'm kind of getting fed up of this constant forgetting everything. And it was like the warlock for the first time ever had actually missed a huge bit, and that was the Zanmir kind of, all that Zanmir stuff, the warlock knew nothing about because he's been blocked by Zanmir. So the warlock has no knowledge of Zanmir whatsoever. He cannot hear anything that Zanmir says. So any of those messages or anything like that, the warlock doesn't know. So, like, for the first time, it was like the warlock was trying to guess. It's like, oh, yeah, and we killed people and all this, that, and the other, and this. And then, and we got... and then Plum was like, and we got, like, stuck in with this, like, demigod. And then he's like, yeah, a demigod. And it's like, it was so weird. But it's like, no, anyway, it was really good for me, like, watching that, because I knew exactly what Kath was doing. It wasn't Kath being forgetful or being an intentional troll. It was actually character stuff. It was great. But you just thought he was being a troll. No,
that's Cat for you.
Yeah, I mean, it is Kath. That's what happens when you, like, troll everyone all the time. Everyone just, like, whatever. He's trolling. It's fine. Right. Any final words of wisdom, Kath? Any actual spoken words of wisdom, Kath?
Not at all. Be safe out there.
Okay. Any final words of wisdom, Discount?
I don't trust a halfling bard.
/ warlock.
Or
/ warlock. Yeah.
Any final words of wisdom, Animal?
If you meet some sort of demigod-like being that is being very bad towards you, but you cannot hurt them, fart in their general direction.
Wow.
Okay. Any final words of wisdom, Plum? Janice.
R.I.P. Princess B. R.I.P. Alma-Sea girl.
I know. She like, all of that time you've spent, like, pretty much 10 sessions worth trying to find her, and now she's dead.
Yep.
Yay!
Son of a bitch.
Well done. You did a good job.
Happy. Warlock's happy.
There.
The warlock's very happy, yeah. Apart from he didn't see the death, but oh well.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Doesn't really know that she's dead.
No.
Oh, but he knew she was going down.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, he would know. Okay, so next session, we will talk about when the next session is off stream. So chat, unfortunately, I'm going to be a little bit open-ended. It might be in 3 weeks, potentially. It depends what everyone is free with. I can't remember what we said. I know there's a lot of dates that we are all busy on now coming up to the summer because we're all on, like, holidays and things like that. So it might be a while, but we'll try and keep you guys. Yeah, exactly. We'll try and keep everyone posted, you know. I know I've got a bit of vacation time. Kath, you're heading out on for the summer as well, aren't you? So
I mean, I'm gonna have my laptop. It's just I think we're traveling Saturdays
Okay.
for the Vegas trip, but I'll have my laptop otherwise.
Sure. Okay, cool. So yeah, it's just one of those things. I think it happened last year as well when like summer's busy. But yeah. All
I
right.
think I did D&D off the balcony of my
You did.
my
You did.
my thing there last time. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Anyway, I'll see you guys later. Have a good night, evening, noon. Insert time zone here. Till next time, let nuts. Bye.
Bye.